We've got Kathryn Rooney Vera with us, the Baltic Capital Markets strategist, Steve Moore, economist, a former advisor to President Trump, Democratic strategist Ari Aramesh here as well. Ari, I would begin with you then. What do you make of that? I get what the Transportation Secretary is saying, and EVs are certainly attractive vehicles down the road. I get it. But I don't think ready for prime time here. And these incidents over the last couple of weeks between the utility problems in California and the power outages and disaster in Florida, we got to reassess this. What do you think?
Americans don't want government to tell them what kind of car they can buy.
You know, Kathryn, full disclosure here, I own an electric vehicle. I have nothing against the technology. I think it's pretty neat. Has its limitations. I could digress. But the fact of the matter is, let me decide that. Let the market decide that, not the government. Your thoughts?
Well, that's every mother's worst nightmare. I live in Florida, for example. If you have several children, I have 5. You're trying to evacuate Miami or South Florida and migrate to Georgia or North Carolina, and a Cat 3 or 4 is encroaching quickly upon you, and your electric car dies. The same thing with oil, right? I mean, oil evaporates. You know, gas pumps dry up. There's a dearth when everyone is looking for the same thing. Then scarcities loom. I agree with Steve. There's no reason we should be knocking on the door of Venezuela or Iran or Saudi Arabia when we've closed the Dakota pipelines and the Keystone pipelines. The U.S. could be enormously energy independent. We have so much capacity. So it's really, we've handcuffed ourselves and handicapped ourselves into forcing oil prices higher. It's a real tragedy. Germany has encountered the same situation, making themselves wholly vulnerable, Neil, to Russian energy. And now they're firing up, the coal factories. So look, I think both things can coexist. My Tesla is due to arrive in November, so I'm excited about it. But oil prices don't need to be as high as they are. The U.S. should be independent and self-sufficient. And if we invest in ourselves and don't handicap ourselves, Neil, we can be, and oil prices will be lower.
All right, just don't let that Tesla get flooded, and make sure it's not parked in your garage. But I jest. But to make a serious point, these are serious questions that you all raised in one way, shape, or another that we have to address as a country together.